Welcome to the Good Times We Share. Today we're going to be sharing with you the most amazing carrot cake recipe you ever try. We hope you enjoy this recipe as much as we did. So the first step is you're going to prepare your nuts. 200 grams of pecan nuts. We hope you will be able to find this. If not, you can use almond nuts. Just roast them as well and just break them up. Next step, you're going to get a big bowl, 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of nutmeg. So mixing up your dry ingredients really well. Once that is done, get another big bowl, 200 grams of white sugar, 220 grams of brown sugar, 320 ml of vegetable oil, to which you're going to add 4 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. So mix this up pretty well until you have a nice and uniform mixture. This is what you're looking for. At this point, you're then going to pour this into your dry ingredients that you had mixed earlier. So making sure you scoop out everything. I used a rubber spatula. I think you need one of these in your kitchen because it works really perfectly. So the secret to this recipe is you do not want to overmix your butter. So be very gentle with this and religiously mix it gently. So just do 5 tenths, and then you're going to put in 120 grams of your nuts from the 200 grams that we had prepared. So do 2 turns, and then you're going to put in 315 grams of grated carrots. So don't chop up your carrots, grate them. So continue religiously mixing this up really gently. That's the key to having the perfect carrot cake. So making sure you also reach at the bottom of your bowl, because usually you have some flour that will be seated down there. Gently mixing it up, making sure you get it all nice and wet. So our mixture is ready. We're then going to prepare our baking tins. So I prefer and recommend that you bake this into 2 smaller tins as opposed to doing one whole big cake. I think it comes out better. So I would usually use a scale to make sure I have like equal amounts in each, or almost equal, but you can also just use your eyes to measure what's half of the quantity for one and the other half goes into another. So whilst you're doing this, make sure to remember to switch on your oven at 180 degrees Celsius, for which you're going to bake your cake for about 30 to 35 minutes. So everything is now in the tins. It is all settled, waiting to go into the oven for 30 to 35 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. After that time, your carrot cake should look like this. At this point, it is ready. You can just leave it to cool and you can eat it and it's still tasty. But I love to take an optional step further by making a cream cheese frosting. So this is optional. If you want to try this, you can get 227 grams of butter, which we are going to mix until it is nice and fluffy. To this, we are going to add an equal amount of cream cheese, which is 227 grams again. And we're just going to mix everything up together until it is nice and fluffy. Once you get that nice and fluffy texture, you're going to add in between 460 grams of powdered sugar to 600 grams, depending on the sweetness and the consistency you want. So add in your sugar bit by bit until you achieve the consistency you want. Once you're there, put in your vanilla essence for that nice flavor and mix it up a little bit more. So whilst we were doing that, our cakes were cooling. So this is what your cake should look like when you take it out of your tin. It looks amazing and it really does taste great. But so here I should confess, I am not great at decorating cakes, but I love my cream cheese frosting, so I just I just put some on top like so, and get the rest of the nuts that I had and just sprinkle them on top. I put the nuts on top because the nuts bring an amazing flavor to the cake. I know it looks crazy, but once you try it, you understand why I love to put all these nuts on top of my cake. So I really hope you're going to enjoy this recipe. Look at how our cake looks. It's nice and moist and tasty. So I hope you enjoy this. Buon appetito a tutti. Until next time, it's bye-bye.